Hectic. Hectic.
Welcome back, Mzansi. We're still in Random Week, and we decided today that we are bringing you a hashtag Hectic Talk show. Now, it is all about our hot topics today, and then we are joined by our beautiful lady right over here, who goes by the name of Jennifer Sanasi, and she is our News 24 journalist and live presenter. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you very much for having me. Your set's beautiful.
Thank you so much. We also are joined by Salt River, and today we just thought, we'd spice it up a little bit because some of these things are trending topics and we'd like you to weigh in on it. Now, guys, our very first hot topic for today, remember, guys, hashtag Hectic Talk, is how young should you be when you start dating for the first time? Okay, so let's start off with you right at the end.
I think you should be 18.
18 years old to date for the first time. Okay, cool. Why do you think 18?
Because you have a more mature mind and you're more developed and your feelings are, everything is clear, school's out of the way and, you can
cool.
think.
So your argument is maturity. Now, guys, how many of you guys agree with her?
I actually think 16 is the right age, not the right, but the okay age, because that's where you start branching into new things and start developing new things and knowing things about yourself. And I feel like that time is just the right time to start anything else.
How old are you?
I'm turning 18.
You're turning 18, so 16, we've got 18, we've got 16. You guys at home, tell us. Now, Jennifer, what is your opinion?
Well, I think it depends on your level of maturity, really. I think no matter who you ask, they're all going to give you a different answer. I think I had my first boyfriend. I had to hide it from my parents when I was 15.
15? Wow, that's way younger.
So I think it really depends on your level of maturity. I think these two ladies gave some very mature answers. And I think it just depends on your situation.
Okay, now guys, there's so many things that as a young person you have to juggle. There's academics, there's social life, there is cultural activity, there's sports activity, there's future career, family, cleaning the house, washing the dishes, plus a boyfriend. I mean, do you think we have time for all of that, Sissy?
I think if you can manage your time well, you'll be able to do it because many of us find it easy to do it, as I can say.
Now, apparently you've got a boyfriend. Can you pass her the mic? Please tell us your name and your age.
My name is Jessica and I'm 14 years old.
You're 14 You're 14. And
younger than I was.
She's younger than you. Now, she had first tell us when you had your first boyfriend.
I was 13.
Can you use your mic?
I was 13 years old.
13 years old. That is pretty young. You've literally just stepped into teen years. Do you guys agree with 13 being a good age?
No.
Yes.
No.
What about you? You're shaking your head
Well, I think it's not bad. I mean, when she was 14, so she's already in high school, so it's not
okay, cool.
bad.
So you think it's about being in high school. Now, at the end of the day, we have to consider emotional maturity. If 50-year-olds get heartbroken, don't teenagers get heartbroken as well?
Of course, I think we can all get heartbroken. But I think also in mainstream media, we're seeing people date younger and younger. I mean, we see these Hollywood celebrities.
Yes.
They have girlfriends and boyfriends. The Disney stars, they're quite young. Are you influenced by that at all? No.
You guys are not. Okay, cool. The likes of Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, a lot of these guys have been dating, and I think it's been very culturally acceptable for a very long time to actually have a boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm just concerned about being emotionally mature at the end of the day. I think your body can be mature, but maybe dealing with a lot of things, especially when you don't have confidence in yourself or know your identity. How did you deal with your heartbreak at that young age?
I remember my mother just kind of inside her head, what has this child gotten herself into? And you don't know yourself, so you don't know how to feel. You just feel this rejection and this loss. And I remember crying a lot and not really knowing how to deal with it. But I think you need those experiences to learn how to deal with it.
I was going to say, it is a part of life. I think it is a part of life. And I mean, guys, do you feel like the odd one out at school? Let's say you're not dating. Okay, you can tell us.
Well, when Monday comes and everyone talks about the weekend and what they've did and that, and then you're the only one sitting there okay. When they're talking about their boyfriends and the relationships, what happened, where they've been, and you're the only one there sitting there quiet and can't say anything.
So you kind of feel like the odd one out sometimes. So then I guess that it is safe for us to say that because of popularity, sometimes we do go into relationships. But at the end of the day, I think it's okay to be single, even if you're in high school.
I think it's okay to be single, definitely.
Whenever. Do you guys think that you could have your soulmates in high school? Or do you think you're too young? Because I know that, like, I was actually discussing this with our crew earlier on, and I'm like, I mean, who stays married from high school and everyone's like Snoop Dogg and his wife? So, I mean, do you guys think you can have a soulmate and meet them in high school?
I don't think so, because we don't even know what the meaning of a soulmate is. So what's the point? What I don't understand.
Okay, cool.
I don't think so too, because like at that time both of you haven't grown and you both haven't found yourselves yet, so I don't think it's possible to grow together and develop other things for each other, because
Then what's the point of a relationship if you're not planning to stay together
beg to
forever?
differ.
Personally, I don't understand.
Actually, it is possible because most of the people like Kabadala,
Yes.
like they met in
High school sweetheart. Yes.
So it is possible, but like this.
So some people say it's possible, others, guys, if it's not possible, then what is the point? Then we should just remain friends with people. Why get into a romantic relationship and risk all of that emotional tangling, etc., if you're not going to end up being together one day?
But, okay, some of the like high school learners just having fun, are just having fun. But,
Okay. Now
Just
like
having
they're not
fun.
really into a relationship.
Okay.
But they just want to say, okay, now I'm in a relationship.
you can go for it.
Sometimes it takes commitment, but you won't always be like that because you're still young. But if you like really have feelings and you love the person, you will stand up for them, and you whatever challenges comes your way.
You know what? You are actually really not feeling this situation.
I know.
Use your mic.
no, the thing is, it's just that I feel if you are dating someone from high school and you already both know who does what and what they do is pretty predictable to someone else,
Okay.
then you're gonna get bored at the time when you're older. That's why you get old affairs, because only then they realize that they want to do something else with other people, because they've been with the same person for a long
Y'all
time.
are deep. I agree with you. That's why I'm like, why enter into a relationship? Anyway, guys, let's head on over to live chat right now. Hashtag hectic talk. We want to know what you guys have to say.
Most definitely, I am actually on live chat. Ukubona uba nithini kule ncwadi kuFacebook kuyo. Ndine-statement apha esuka kuleli qhawe. It's she says, it's not a good idea at all. I started dating at the age of 16 and I fell pregnant. I wouldn't like someone else to experience what I went through. The appropriate age to start dating is at least 21. Jennifer, what do you think about this? I mean, starting a relationship at a young age and then falling pregnant, which is something that happens.
Of course, that's something that happens, and that could happen at any age. She's saying it happened to her at 16 years old. But I think this is a conversation about having safe sex. I think kids are always going to experiment, and there's only so much we can do, but I really think sex education is something that teachers, parents, adults should be exploring with children at a very young age, much before they turn 16.
I hear what you're saying, Jennifer, and I think South Africa is kind of on the borderline where we are introducing contraceptives and that kind of idea to our youth. But as young people, would you feel comfortable with just going to the clinic and going to find out about contraceptives or protection? You can use your mic.
Sorry. No, I don't think. How can I say?
It's not comfortable because they find it difficult, because nurses sometimes they ask, "Gaiba, why are you here? When aren't you little?" Instead of supporting them and giving them that emotional support that they need and information about that contraceptive, they tend to judge instead of give us the necessary information.
I think it's because South Africa is still at the stage of like abstinence versus safe sex, if you get what I'm trying to say. So, I mean, what's your opinion on that?
To be honest, I can't answer that because I can't speak from experience.
Yeah.
And like
Use your mic.
pass it on to someone else.
Okay,
that
cool.
can
Anyone else
relate
have
to it.
a comment? People are scratching their heads, they're out here. Because I think at the end of the day, that's the situation in South Africa. A lot of young people do not feel comfortable with going to the clinic. Well, thank you so much, guys. This conversation does continue. Hashtag hectic talk. Right about now, we got to go for a quick Anyana commercial break. Because you know what? It's just too hot in the studio. Check you on the flip.
Hectic. Hectic.